Welcome back to Live It Up with Hakim. I'm your
Parents
host.
were like, don't do it. You're crazy. You have a great job. Why would you want to do that?
Yes.
But it has nothing to do with any of those things.
The most successful people who made actually a difference in this world, they failed so many times.
So many times.
I think if you
Totally.
have that
Exactly.
feeling,
If you have that urge, you have that fire in you, then do it.
Like,
I mean,
nobody knew what's going to happen.
No.
Like everything
Bro.
was closed. Everything
I
was,
admire
especially-
your strength. And to me, it was like, it's just the only option I feel like I have. No,
Welcome back to Live It Up with Hakim. I'm your host with a show where we bring real stories, real experiences. Today I'm joined by a guest who truly embodies resilience and strategic vision in hospitality, Marina Snijder, and is the founder of Marina Snijder Hospitality Consulting, where she shapes hotels and help hotels to move from concepts to successful openings, optimize operation, and grow sustainably. Her journey is inspiring. In the middle of a global lockdown after losing her job, Marina made a bold decision, which I'm going to talk about it soon, to launch her own consultancy. Since then, she's been guiding hotel owners, project developers, and investors with sharp analysis, practical strategies, and hands-on. Welcome to the show.
thank you so much.
How is it going?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm
Really
happy to be here.
Good to
Very
have
excited.
you. Good to have you here. I am excited as well. And
Great.
we met before, of course,
Yes.
very briefly when I was working at Bob. And we had really nice conversations also about hospitality, about the
We
trends,
did.
about the challenges. And I'm really excited to bring to the show today a lot of your experiences so people can learn as well. So let's really start with a simple question I always ask my guests in the beginning. I know you, probably a lot of people also who watch you know you, but for the people who doesn't know you, maybe this is a hotel, like elevator pitch.
An
Who-
elevator.
Yeah,
pitch.
exactly.
Okay. So Marina, I'm 36. I live in Almere. I'm from Friesland originally. Married to Chris. We have 2 cats. Live at the beach.
Nice.
It's very not hospitality focused, but it's who I am. I always love making an introduction and talk about personal experience as well. So yeah, I've been in hospitality for almost 15 years, I think.
Nice.
Mostly commercial roles, but also a lot of operational roles. So my business is really focusing on, helping owners and project developers from A to Z with pre-openings and openings and optimization of their businesses.
Nice. Really interesting. And what is the recent thing you're working on?
So I'm currently at TSH. So the student, it's not the student hotel.
Yeah, it was.
It was the student hotel. That's where everyone knows it from. It's the social hub now. And I've been there for 6 months, or I have a project of 6 months now. And
Nice.
I'm launching 6 rooftops in 6 months. So
Wow.
it's, and 3 of them were in the same weekend. So that was really crazy.
Oh my God. That's crazy. That's really
yeah, it
crazy.
was really crazy. In 6 different locations across Europe. And the last one's now coming up in Barcelona. So very excited to work on
Really
that.
nice.
Yeah.
And do you focus like only with hotel openings or also you join like operated hotels as well?
Both,
Both,
but
yeah.
mostly openings. And I don't know why or how that happened. It just sort
comes.
of happened to me. Yeah, so I feel like in hospitality, it's like a privilege. A lot of people say, oh, I want to do a pre-opening once in my life, right? I've done 15, which is crazy.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. Not only hotels, but now 6 restaurants, which is taking up the number quite quickly.
Really
But
nice.
it will be 18 soon. Yeah.
Wow. That's I know how's it with 1 hotel opening, so
Yes.
I can imagine 15.
Yeah, and
And-
it's I don't know why. It's just like after 10 years, I realized that this is maybe something that's my niche, or that's what I'm really good at, or it's something that really suits me as well. So to really work from, I used to say, or I can still say it, actually, I love working on projects from getting it from A to B, and the rest of the alphabet is for someone else to take care of. Yeah,
nice.
so
That's really
I don't.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not very good at babysitting the hotel, but
Just put the base,
yeah,
just
exactly.
let the people continue. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
They were all like in European-based hotels?
One in Aruba as well, but it was actually an
nice.
existing hotel, and that we did a full rebranding for. I did that together with my best friend, which was great.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was in the middle of COVID. Actually, was my first project.
That's I'm gonna come to that definitely. But again, I have a script, but I always question comes to my mind.
Yeah.
So what comes to my mind now actually is why? What was the idea? What was the inspiration to start your company?
It was so the inspiration to start the company was very intrinsic motivation, I guess. So I compare it a lot to when people say they know that they want to be a mom or I want to be a parent. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, basically.
Nice.
And after I was fired for 3 times, and this was the last time, and it happened to be in the middle of COVID, I thought, well, I'm either crazy or I'm Steve Jobs, and then I'm just going to go and give it a try. And the universe is clearly giving me this sign that I should follow this direction and just try it. And there was no real thought process other than that really fire inside me that really made me try it and want to go for it.
Nice.
And it turned out really well. So here we are,
really
almost 5 years later.
It's really inspiring. I'm going through this right now. So
yeah,
it's absolutely, you're right. You think that you are crazy. Like,
yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing this for real?
Yeah. No one else is having this experience, only me. So it's either I'm the problem or...
But it's surprising how much you can do. Like
it's insane.
It's insane.
Yeah,
like,
and I mean in the Netherlands as well. Obviously, we have so many great systems in place.
Yes,
so the UWV really helped me, obviously,
that's
and
true.
I helped myself. So I paid my taxes, obviously, over the years, and I think I got like 13 months of like support from the UWV. And if you then say, "Oh, I want to start my business," then they cut your allowance of like I was going to say 30% or something. And I was like, I'm just going to give it a shot and let's see how far I get. And in the end, it worked out really well.
That's really
it's
amazing.
really such a great support system to go for it, really.
And also, like, I think Netherlands as a country for startups is like one of the most popular in the world.
Yeah.
As well, like big names started here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's a lot to do with mentality as well. So we're Dutch people, we love figuring things out and just try it.
That's true.
We're also not scared to try something, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like anyone could do this. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm Dutch. I mean, it's just you could do it as well. Right. Everyone could do it. Yeah.
I think it's even if you compare to the same. There's also probably a lot of Dutch people who are more into the stability. So
100%.
The job, the security.
Yes.
I'm not gonna bother to think building something myself and I have my own job.
Yeah.
Everything is easy. Why do I risk it?
Yeah.
And I think this is really brave. To go out there, try things out.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah. I think if you have that feeling, if you have that urge, you have that fire in you, then do it. I mean, then don't listen to anyone. I mean, usually you hear that a lot from a lot of entrepreneurs that they say, "Oh, my parents were like, don't do it. You're crazy. You have a great job. Why would you want to do that?"
Yes.
But it has nothing to do with any of those things. So if that's all rationale and that's all external things and all of that is really relevant and potentially true, but that fire that you either have or you don't have, and that's also something that you can't teach and that you can't deliver to anyone else if you don't have that. So if for these people, it's absolutely fine to stay in your safe place and be in your happy,
which is fine also,
stability box. But us other people, we want to break out of that box and build a new box.
I'm so happy to hear this. I'm so happy to hear this. And it's really inspiring also. I've been watching your career and your path. And what I want to ask you, and again, I'm not following things like coming in my head. You probably had fears also. You probably have those days, like, oh, am I doing, is it that 100%. The right direction? How you overcome that?
Good question.
I want to learn.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm here for you. I wish I had an answer, to be honest. I guess the thing that I could say is to just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Like there's days that I am recently as well. Just before I have another job, for example, last year or 2 years ago, I had this like prolonged period, actually twice, both years. I had a prolonged period of time where I couldn't find a new client,
Yeah.
a new project to work on. So, and I was saying, I remember driving in the car and having my mom on the phone and telling her, like, freaking out a bit. And she's like, she told me, okay, so what are you going to do about it? And I was like, well, nothing, because the phone could ring in like 10 minutes and there would be a client telling me that they need me today and whether or not I can start tomorrow. So I need to trust the fact that that will happen, because it's happened before. All the times before I was freaking out, this was what happened. So I'm trying to lean into that, doing whatever I can, obviously, to, do whatever every entrepreneur should be doing, is stay visible. And I didn't even really do that, to be honest, at the time. I just recently started.
Natural, yeah.
Yeah, but it's also like your energy. You're attracting the thing that you need. So to freak out is completely valid. So totally feel all those feelings, but then do it anyway. So keep going and put one foot in front of the other and keep going and trust that it will work out.
Nice. This is really amazing to hear. And I think I always say as well to this, even when I had a job, like, if you never try it, you'll never know. Yeah, you'll never know what's out there. And
100%.
Just for me, the only or the first shock I'm experiencing being an entrepreneur and starting up my own thing is the time. Like, what?
Yes, it's insane. Yeah.
It's insane. For example, the podcast. I wanted to do that 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But I couldn't. Working for somebody, of course, you have no time.
No.
But this is one of the small things, like what you said, like really just take a step by step and trust the process, I think.
100%. And it's all a learning curve, and it will forever be a learning curve. I noticed that as well.
Nice.
And now I feel like I still don't have time to do all the things that I wanted to do. So it's also a bit of an illusion to... And then also the other side of that is that if you don't have a client, you don't have any income, and you have all this time available to do all these things that cost a lot of money that you don't have. And obviously we're not big corporates. We can't just call an investor and say, hey, by the way, I have this great idea. Can you? Yeah, exactly. Not yet. Good point, actually. Yeah. But I have this great idea, and today I want to try this XYZ, this amazing thing. So please transfer 2 million, and then I'll give it a go. It's just not realistic, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's also a fair point. So all the parents and all the friends and all the people in your vicinity that tell you don't do it, also realize that there's a risk, right? So the risk will, in the end, be worth the reward, but it might potentially not work out. And that's also a reality that is why it's a risk and why it is a motivator and a drive to keep going and to have that vision and to put that foot in front of the other and keep going and do it in the end. And trust that the reward will be there on the other side, but potentially it might not be. So to be aware of that as a real possibility, I think is also
important to...
a valid
of course.
thing.
And even though, so I always also look at that direction. If you failed, like, wow, the most successful people who made actually a difference in this world, they failed so many times.
So many times.
So
like I said, Steve Jobs, right?
Exactly, and so many
he got fired 3 times before he started. And I mean,
it's a sign, or
it is. That's what I said. Well, I'm either crazy or I'm not crazy, and then I'm potentially a genius, but I need to do it in a different way.
That's really nice, and I think also that courage is also is you cannot teach that, you cannot learn that. To have this courage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's also a weird thing that I find very interesting. Is it's a natural bridge to the surgery I just had.
Yeah.
But a lot of people told me, "Oh my God, you're so brave. Oh my God, so courageous. You're such a tough girl. I admire your strength." And to me, it was like, it's just the only option I feel like I have. Not saying that I don't have an option, because I did, thankfully. But to me, it didn't feel like I'm such a tough cookie or I'm so strong. It's not like that for me. I was really considering, everyone said that to me. Loads of people around me say that. And I was like, yeah, but It's normal
I
for me.
join all these other people. Definitely, I admire you. I looked at it. Of course, I read your posts and all that, and I agree with them. Not anybody is that strong because also
Yeah.
you were very quick back to it, like back to work, back to I'm here, I'm
True.
doing that, and I think this is truly inspiring. To be honest, out of anything, out of entrepreneur, out of
Yeah.
business, out of work,
Yeah.
this is truly inspiring to keep going, and I really admire you for that. So
Well, thank
keep
you.
this up.
Yeah.
Definitely, don't underestimate who you are inspiring around you. So
No, yeah,
a lot
thank
of people, definitely. So I'm one of them. I'm one of the fans.
Thanks.
Nice. Then I'll go
Appreciate
back
it.
to the script now.
Yeah.
Now I have a question. You have
Yeah.
helped hotels open their doors and stay profitable. But if you could create your own dream hotel concept anywhere in this world, what would that look like? Would it be something luxury and chic at the same time, or what would it be?
Oh, it would totally be boutique luxury boutique. Yeah, it's my favorite
Nice.
category. So 4-star deluxe, I call it. So it can be accessible luxury, affordable luxury for everybody, without exceptions.
That's already like the most luxury for everybody.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. But I think we all deserve a little luxury,
Yeah,
right, in
yeah,
our lives.
yeah.
And I feel like it can, so especially with hotels, right? So if you have a hotel, it's relatively easy. You're spending money anyway. So if you're building a hotel and you're building a brand, to make it a little bit nicer, to have the right quality things, furniture, paint, wallpapers, cushions, anything. So really fine-tune those details. That takes the entire experience to the next level. So a lot of times I see hotels online and you're like, oh, this is cute, right? Oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
And then you look at the ADR or you look at the price and you're like,
Okay,
don't know. It's a bit too cheap. Well, if it's too good to be true, it usually
Yeah.
is. And I think we've had it, well, you as well with your
Yeah,
experience.
definitely.
You roll up the driveway in your taxi, and you already see it when you don't see it in the photos, but you see it. You see it when you enter,
Yeah.
or you see it when you come in,
You
or
feel
even
it,
over.
yeah,
You feel it.
exactly,
It's the details. The devil's in the details
It
for
is,
sure.
it
So
is.
I feel like if you're spending money, then do it right. And that for me is what I would like. That would be my ideal concept.
Nice.
And I think that's what my favorite part of being in hospitality is as well. In the end, all of that whole experience will be made or break. It's make or break by personalization.
Absolutely.
And the hospitality and
Absolutely.
service
Absolutely.
is the massive, the biggest layer.
Absolutely.
But doing that, having that series of wow moments is what I always look for. So wow when I enter, and wow when I open the door, and wow when
Yeah.
I have the check-in
The first
experience,
impression, yeah.
all of it. And then wow when I enter the room again, and wow when I have dinner, or wow when I have a drink at the bar, all of the wow moments.
Yeah.
And if one of them is off, that's the one I will remember. So you don't want that. But
That's
it
true.
starts online and it ends online. So it starts with looking at those photos up.
That's great.
And if you have wow, and then
It
you
will
have
end online.
when you arrive, you're like, okay, shit, that's
Let me write this review.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
where it ends. So
Yeah.
with a review, that's the end of it, where you'll be like, yeah, well, it's just medium, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's such a waste of energy and time and money as well, because
You're
you could
right.
have easily took it to the next level, and all the whole series of wow moments would have been like nailed it.
Yeah. And to the reviews, I think what I always find really amazing is negative and positive. If you see a negative review or
Yeah.
if you see a positive review. And sometimes you see people really writing like full page. Sometimes
Yeah.
also positive, sometimes also negative.
Yeah.
But I always think about, wow, if it take you that energy to sit in your
So
laptop,
much time.
write all this detailed review
Yeah.
from a positive energy, like, okay, wow, they
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. To
Yeah, it
have
must
this-
be amazing.
It must
Yeah.
be amazing. Then this is also people, why would they choose a hotel? Because they
Yeah.
read the reviews. And the other way also, if you say negative,
100%.
it's like, wow, they really screwed it up
Yeah.
for a person to write down full page
Yeah.
of a review like that.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And the details. And I worked with luxury, super luxury, Middle East, Dubai kind of Qatar hotels,
which is a different level.
Different
obviously.
level.
Yeah.
And I also worked with lifestyle boutique hotels. And you're really true. It's a mix of both, and I would say the personalization and the details is the bigger layer, as you said as well. So really interesting to hear about that. Do you have any favorite brands? This is out of the scripts. Do you have any favorite brands?
Favorite brands? Well, I love design hotels. I worked for them for Circle Collection, obviously, for a few years, for 3 years. And all the design hotels are amazing.
Yeah, of course.
They're great.
Yeah.
And some more expensive than the others, obviously. But they're my favorite. So actually, all my favorites is my whole CV. So
that's good.
I love the Hoxton. Yeah. Check out my LinkedIn. No, I love the Hoxton. I love what they did.
Hoxton is great.
Yeah, especially the first, let's say first 5. The first 5 Hoxtons are amazing.
The true authentic.
The OG Hoxtons.
Amsterdam is one of them.
So
definitely.
the third one was Amsterdam Herengracht, and I did the opening for that
really
as well.
Nice property,
yeah, it's so cool. I love it. For me, the OG Hoxtons have that real feeling, like the real Hoxton feeling. So Shoreditch, Holborn, and Amsterdam City, or I'm gonna call it Amsterdam City, but it's Amsterdam Herengracht. I haven't seen all of them. Paris as well, which was there was so much thought put into that, and like after that, I feel like they rolled out the rest relatively quickly. And to me, you can feel the difference, right? So it's the struggle that was put in the initial 5 that you can feel the reward there a lot. I love Circle Collection still
as well. Yeah,
all of them.
I think this is also the strategy is changing. That the direction that luxury going to. So
100%.
I believe also luxury is not only the nice bed, the nice living room and lobby and all that, but also that experience.
100%.
These details that you get as well, which you find them in those boutique hotels as well. A lot, actually.
Yeah, exactly. They have a story.
Yeah, they have a story.
And stories sell and facts tell. So it's facts is like and that's the point with actually the cheaper hotels or the boutique hotels. We're going to Ibiza, for example, right? So Ibiza, you can't find anything like a normal hotel would cost 350 euros a night, which is crazy and it's super expensive.
Yes.
But I see this really cute hotel and I see it's 250 euros. And last year we went to Ibiza as well, and I booked that one of those hotels that looked amazing on the photos online, and it was 250 euros a night. And we got there and we were both like, okay, next year we're going to spend 350.
Let's decrease.
It's just like, it's just already worn out. It's 3 years old and everything is worn out and it's just not maintained and not, the upkeep is just shitty, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's your holiday. And I mean, obviously Ibiza's expensive. So if you want to go, then might as well spend the additional 1,000 euros and have a great time instead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Or don't go at all. Just go somewhere else. Yeah.
Let's go to your agency and the journey as a founder as well. Your story really starts in a tough moment. Of course, not, from the career, but from your own company. Mm-hmm. Losing your job during lockdown, then directly said, okay, let's start my own thing. So can you take us back to that moment? Like, okay, when you decided I'm going to start that, how did you plan for it? What kind of advice you can give to entrepreneur, and where did you start from?
Good question. I don't know. I started from that intrinsic feeling, that fire that said, let's try it out. Let's do it. And I thought, if it's going to work out in the middle of a lockdown, then I can do it after as well. So let's give it a go. And my first client was through a friend, which was my best friend. And we went to Aruba together to turn that hotel around. It's a hotel of her parents. And it's like that. That's what happened. So that's how I did it. And you just, like I said, it's putting one foot in front of the other and just keep going, because I didn't know that was going to happen, but it happened. And I mean, obviously, this was in Corona, and they had €0 in the bank account.
Hospitality,
like it was completely obviously.
out.
And in Aruba was worse because in the Netherlands
Yeah.
you could get your loan, and at that point they were saying, "Yeah, we'll help you." The government's saying, "We'll help you." In Aruba, they were like, "Okay,
Nothing.
bye, Felicia,
Yeah,
good luck.
exactly. Yeah.
Figure it out or don't." They didn't give. They didn't really care. So we just started from scratch with. We made something out of nothing. We went across the entire island to find bottles to make hanging flower pots out of it, and we started everything that's for free, right? So social media you can do for free.
Use your
use your network and use your
that
resources.
That was my next question.
Yeah,
and this is close to my heart. Network.
100%.
How does this help you? And maybe for the people out there who might really don't think about how they can have a friend who's sitting next to them can really help them.
Yeah.
But how does this help you?
I see opportunities where they are, and asking for help as well. And just, it's totally...
And don't be scared to ask.
Don't be scared. I have a great husband who is a web developer, so that really helps. And he's a designer as well, and he can do it. So especially in the beginning, it was... he was making websites, and I didn't have time and no money to pay him. But I wanted my project to succeed, to really put a mark in hospitality and say, this is Marina Snijder Hospitality Consulting, and this is what I do. So all of you need to help me and support me on getting that done.
Yeah, that's really good.
So that's how the ball starts rolling, and then you can prove, but this is a project that I did. I did all of this by myself. I literally got almost nothing paid, but it was sort of an internship.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter. It's investing in yourself. It's investing in potential clients in the future, and that's totally worked out for me.
Really nice advice. Yeah. And what I really like the most is that you used what you have around you, whatever resources around you, your husband, your friend, website, and go to Aruba, all that. And I think this is what everybody should do. I should do also. I'm currently doing it.
Yeah.
So that's really, definitely. Yeah. And I think, so I'm surprised with the amount of support also,
Yeah, 100%.
you get from everyone.
It's also leaning into it again. Yeah. So just trusting the process and trusting that it will work out and pushing through it. Yeah. Without the risk, there won't be the reward either.
Don't think of the fear. Yeah, don't think of the fear, because when you stay there, you don't do anything.
No, exactly.
But you always think of the other side, and you just at least try.
Yeah.
What were the biggest challenges you faced in the first few months, like launching up your agency?
The most challenging things were finding clients that would actually pay me. Obviously, in the middle of a lockdown in hospitality, it was very hard to find clients that, everyone needed help, but no one, or they had a lot of staff that they could do the job, but there was no jobs to do until the lockdown was over. And then they needed all the help back, but they couldn't pay any freelancers for a project like that. So I really looked outside of the hospitality. And I found, several clients and several projects to do. You kind of fake it till you make it a little bit as well, right? So I just said, I'm a project manager. I'm really good at managing projects. And they were like, oh, okay, great. So what project have you managed? And I was like, this and this and that. And then they were like, okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds good. And then I was like, I'll figure it out, right? Yeah. So how hard can it be?
Yeah.
And you know more than you think, right? So I think especially maybe women these days as well, or when I look at myself, I used to have massive imposter syndrome. I would be super scared all the time. And I would always think, I can't do that. I would suck at that. Like nobody would hire me. And I realized that everybody actually hired me. So then I didn't, at some point I realized, I was giving this advice recently to one of my friends as well. I said to her, don't trust your own feelings. Trust the feelings of the people that hired you. Because if they think you can do it, then they're probably right. Yeah. So show them that you. I was like, if they didn't think you could do it, they probably didn't. They wouldn't have hired you. And she was like, yeah, that's actually true. I was like, that's what I realized, because when I trust myself and I have to get over my own insecurity, that is that's a loop inside your head that will keep going forever
Absolutely.
until I broke free of that by thinking they hired me, so I must
be doing
be
something
able
right.
to, I must be able to do the job. And therapy as well, it helps.
Nice, yeah. But this is a really nice advice. It's just do it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we are scared to do something
Exactly.
because we think, oh, do they like it? Is it right? Is it? But
and
just do it.
Everyone has that.
Yeah.
So I think what also people say to me, yeah, but you're never scared. Like you just do things. I was like, yeah, that's what you think you see, right? That's all. Window shopping on Instagram and on LinkedIn. Oh my God, everything is going so well, and it all just came falling out from the sky. And well, it's not.
It's not. It's not like that.
No, absolutely not what happened. And also not when I lie in bed in the evening and think, oh my God, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get through this month? Because I don't know. I have a really expensive business coach, and I had surgery for 3 weeks, so I didn't have any income, and I knew it was going to be a risk, and I have parents that I can ask for money, but I want to do it on my own.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't want to ask my parents for money, so I just keep going, and I try, and I just figure it out and make it work, and take a calculated risk, and put one foot in front of the other, and then magically sometimes it just works out. Because the universe really supported you.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Yeah.
You attract what you are thinking
100%.
of. I agree on that.
But it doesn't mean that there's no crying involved, and there's no insecurity, and there's all the anxiety there as well. 100%.
I think it's a matter of accepting that this is gonna come your way.
Exactly.
If once you are in that state of mind, that it's gonna be difficult, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
But then look at the light, end of the tunnel.
Yes.
Like look at the light there, keep focusing on the light, and just keep doing your thing, because I felt that way already 3-4 years ago, that I felt like I'm wasting my time working for somebody. Like I said, you know what?
I think we spoke about it at the time,
I need to do something.
I want to do something else.
I need to do something else. I feel I have the experience, I have the knowledge, I have the network, so why shouldn't I try?
No,
and
exactly.
hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe after 1 year, it doesn't work out, I'll go find a job again. And that's fine.
That's fine.
But if I didn't try, I would never know.
Exactly.
And definitely relate to your own experience as well, with especially you had it in a very... And that's why I say it very brave, that COVID, like nobody knew what's going to happen.
No.
Like everything was closed, everything was, especially in hospitality. So to start in that time, I think it's really brave. I was lucky enough that I was not let go. I stayed where I was working. So that was also something lucky. But I think I met a lot of entrepreneurs who started in the same exactly time in COVID, and they are doing good right now.
Yeah.
And it's because they passed the most difficult parts.
Yeah.
And now it's, I'm not going to say it's easy, but I mean, when you
it's
started
not,
COVID.
It's never easy, but it feels like you almost can't get worse.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can, obviously, but
What are you most proud of?
Most proud of the fact that I kept going, I think, and that I intrinsically always believed that it would work out, and that whatever happened in the past, so there's been many ups and downs, a lot. I think it made me ready for the things that are right for me. So I had to go through all of that to learn who I am and what I can really bring to the table, and bring to all that experience. In the end will be, my next clients will have that experience, well, for free almost, basically, right? So, and not for free, but
theoretically.
It keeps on, it's life experience as well. It just adds on to who you are and who you become as a person. And it makes all of that makes room for what is meant for you in the end. Yeah.
Nice. What is your vision the next 5 years? Where you want to be?
Well, I'm building another company.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Well, it's been on the shelf for a proper 2.5 years already. So I had this idea. I've had this idea for years, maybe 10 years or longer.
Wow.
And it came from the Hoxton. So it was one of my, I was still in like a, working there as a not as an entrepreneur, But the Hoxton Social Ran at the time, they said, we're not going to work with Booking.com. We're just going to try to do it without them. And I remember that there was a whole delegation of Booking. They were pissed, right? So they came, I think, after the meeting, they stormed out. I think there were like 4 people there. They stormed out, and I was just standing there at the reception desk talking to my colleague about something completely irrelevant, like it had nothing to do with what was happening. Obviously, I wasn't in the meeting because I was like a baby there. But they stormed off, and then Sharan, he walked out the meeting, and he kind of shrugged, and he said, I was like, you could feel the energy. So we were like, what's going on? What happened? And he said, well, I said no to them. They didn't want to budge, so, and neither would I, neither do we. So we said no. And they don't take it very well. And I was like, wow, to me, at the time, it didn't really click. But over the years, I realized, like, it's weird, right? So we can't even, as a hotelier, as a hotel owner, you can't say, wait a minute, I want to be in charge of my hotel. And I want to be above Booking.com on Google ranking, which is old news. Like in 2 years, Google ranking, nobody cares about it anymore. But
different ranking.
Yeah, but that's a different story. But for me, it really planted the seed. Yeah. That moment planted the seed. And then over the years, I kept going around in my head and just sort of expecting, thinking, hoping maybe that someone would say, okay, we need to change this. This is ridiculous. We're going to do it different. So then I think a year or two later, it was like, startups left and right, like you said, everyone was like, the first unicorns existed, and, Spotify was coming up, and Netflix was coming up. And this is 10 years ago, right? So there was this whole startup culture that really was booming. And then I was waiting. It's like, who's going to disrupt the hotel industry? Who's going to do it? Nothing happened.
Until now, like, still.
No one did anything.
It's still.
Then Muse came. I was like, okay, cool. I felt like I was at the forefront with the Hoxton, who was trying to do it differently, but, or they're doing it differently, don't get me wrong. But they're a hotel, right? So they're one hotel or 21 hotels, exactly. But it's still a hotel.
It's still a
business,
hotel, still a hotel.
And then there were all these OTAs, and there are still a lot of OTAs.
Still.
And all the tiny ones, and they're all saying, we're going to do it completely different. We're going to do everything differently, but in exactly the same way. No. We're going to make you pay commission because that's what the hoteliers want. And then I realized, okay, no one's going to change this hotel industry. So maybe I should do it.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Really interesting.
10 years later.
Really interesting.
2.5 years, I have this plan. So we're building the MVP. My husband's building the MVP.
Nice.
With my vision, with my
a special release in my
maybe,
show.
yes, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, it's called Cicerone Stays. The pre-launch is now open for hoteliers to sign up for. And you pay 0% commission. So it's the tagline is 0% commission, 0% bullshit.
Nice.
So my goal here is to create a platform built from love and connection. So what are we doing in hospitality? We want to build connection and meaningful connections with people. Hospitality is the perfect example of that.
Absolutely.
So why are we as hoteliers in that field and can't fix it? So I felt like, Booking.com's always talking about their hotel partners. They're our partners.
They don't care.
It's fucking blackmail. Sorry, it's not partners. If this is a partnership, then it's a marriage built on definitely not trust.
Absolutely.
So my whole business model is based on subscription. So you just pay one flat fee, and for that you get all the other things. So I felt like if we can get all the luxury boutique owners together. So again, not all the hotels in the world, which is also something that the OTAs are doing. So I want to create something that makes sense for this target group on this side and this hotels on that side, and bring those together through a platform, which will then create interest and attraction on both sides. So for the guests, it's easy to find their hotels that they like. So anything that's on the platform will be something that they will be interested in.
Yeah.
And for the hoteliers, they will only have to do sales and marketing for the guests that are relevant for them,
For
not
them,
for
yeah,
all
that's
the
really
hotels,
interesting.
not for all the guests in the world.
That's very interesting. So what is the platform going to be as a user? How I'm going to use it?
It's gonna be super inspirational and what do you mean? Sorry.
Like how I'm going to use it as a hotelier? Let's say. If I'm
As a
hotel,
hotelier, yeah. So you're gonna sign up. You pay one flat fee per month, and it's like I was thinking maybe do like €100 per month, so €1,200. And if you think about
as a
it,
membership, yeah.
yeah, it's a membership, but it's a relatively cheap one. And a lot of people are telling me, Marina, €100 per month is way too cheap because it feels like it's a scam, right? So
You
it's
start
already
from somewhere. It start from
yeah,
somewhere.
exactly. But I feel like to create this paradigm shift within hoteliers' minds, we're all so set in our ways. But I know I've been in their seats for years, and I know that they pay 25K per month to be on Booking. But they say, yeah, but at least we have business, right? But we need to start thinking about it in a different way because the costs are rising. Now the tax, the VAT increase in the Netherlands obviously is coming relatively soon. So if we don't start to think about it in a different way, if we don't want to invest in our own sales and marketing as opposed to fingers crossed and hoping that Booking.com will deliver, and they will keep delivering on that promise that they make, the only thing you're doing is you're putting your inventory on a platform.
But that's what reality is. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what,
but you have no strategy.
No.
It's literally delivering, handing over the keys to your hotel to someone else.
Yeah.
And I would love for hoteliers to take a little bit of that ownership back and really start thinking about...
That would be really disrupting, definitely.
But it's a choice.
It is a choice.
It's a choice you could make. And I'm not saying that... I have a lot of discussions with people, so I post a lot on about this on LinkedIn as well. And everyone is now calling me, "Oh, you're the girl that hates Booking.com."
But
I was like, "Why don't you hate Booking.com?"
Yeah,
That's a very, very relevant question. How am I the person? He's like, everyone's like, "Yeah, she's the girl that hates Booking.com."
Yeah.
You should be pissed as well.
Yeah.
And now we're all signing up for the class action lawsuit for Booking.com, which is great, and I wholeheartedly support it. I think it's a great step in the right direction to make them sing a little lower, but that was yesterday. So what are you going to change today
tomorrow
to have a different outcome
absolutely,
tomorrow?
Absolutely.
I don't understand. We just keep on wishing and hoping again for the rest of our lives. No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Booking.com, like they were, very successful in making sure they have the whole hospitality world like kind of forced, to sign with them.
Not
because
kind of.
Forced, yeah. Forced. Because
strong-armed.
They don't have business.
Blackmailed,
Yeah,
honestly.
It's so true. It's so true.
You can sign up. You want to pay 15% commission?
Yeah.
Great. You will put you on the page 12 of
but it's not all 15, huh? It's not all 15. It depends on which market. Sometimes it goes to 20, which is crazy.
That's exactly my point. You're like, for 15%, we can put you on. We'll put you on the last page of page 15
or if you pay more, you get...
You want to be higher? Oh, great. So they will pay 25% then.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not happy on the second page. I mean, we used to say, my friend and I will say, where do you hide your dead bodies?
Yeah.
On the second page of Google, because no one will ever look at it.
Yeah,
looks at the three top ones.
True.
So if you want to be there, you have to pay 35%. But think about this. 35% of your revenue
it's insane.
Is your entire margin.
And you're talking about millions, sometimes billions for bigger chains.
Yes.
It's insane.
Why are we not like standing on the barricades and doing something about this? Because I think it's really easy. They forgot somewhere in the process that they need us just as hard as we need them.
Yeah, absolutely. You just need some brave mentality like yourself, and then it's gonna go there because this is what Booking did years ago when they started. They really disrupted the market with that module, but nobody else did anything else.
No.
And then they are really dominating in the market right now. Yeah.
And what they did was it was great for the 90s, right? So they started in 96, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think around this time, yeah.
So when they did that, they did indeed disrupt it. So what they did was they made this whole business model that was already existing, but they turned it into an online business. That was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone was like still going to the travel agent on the corner of the street and asking, "Hey, can you book me this flight, or can you book me this hotel?" And they said, "Okay, wait a minute, we can make that accessible for everyone." That was great. And now what all the other OTAs are doing, we're like, "Oh, what Booking.com was doing, that's great. That's such a great tool. Let's do that." as well. And we're gonna, because everyone knows how terrible they do it. Like they really blackmail hoteliers. Not in my opinion. I can write a book about it.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, I've heard, and I have 100 personal stories, which is why I came up with this idea. I just thought it cannot be this hard. It should be so simple. And obviously, with my platform, with Cicerone Stays, you don't have to build a whole backend. We just lead you directly to, the guest goes directly to the website of the hotel. So we don't have to build a very expensive platform of 100 million euros to just book direct through the website. Just putting your hotel and your inventory in the window, but on a different level. So, and for the guests, it's relevant because they can find all the relevant hotels for them. And for the hotel, is relevant because you pay a small fee to be more visible.
That's another topic that needs another podcast.
Yeah.
Like it's
I can
really,
come back, no worries.
It's really interesting because, to be very honest, and we spoke about it, I think, last time, that the hospitality has been the same for so long now. There's nothing happening.
We're still doing everything like it's in the Stone Ages.
There's nothing happening. Yeah.
No, and I think we're all in agreement about it. When you go to conferences where the guys, so Matthijs Welle from Muse is talking, or Charlie McGregor from the Social Hub, where I'm now doing they always talk about this. Yeah. Everyone is in agreement.
Everyone's talking about it. Yeah, everyone is.
We're like, oh my God, it's still the same, right?
But there's nothing.
But let's
really
do
changing.
something about it.
Definitely.
I mean, and I hope that people will join us and hotels will join us.
I'm
so
definitely joining the flow. Absolutely. No, I've been there. I've been in that also industry for over 15 years, and even if you think about hotels as well. There's nothing really, the last 10 years, the lifestyle hotels came out, and the boutique experiences, but still they are 5, like they're really good ones.
Yeah.
And even though they're still,
it's
most
still
of
hospitality.
them, they got acquired by the bigger chains.
Yeah,
still.
exactly.
Like
and that's what we were
just
talking about the other day as well, right? So we are still, it's still capitalism in the end.
Yeah, it is.
If they can sell their soul for a few $100 or a few $1,000s, then they will do it. And I feel like that's also something that needs to change.
Yeah.
The way we look at it needs to change.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of that needs changing. And we can not. So it's a really famous quote by Albert Einstein, and I use it a lot. It says, you can't do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. So this is doing that constantly and then crying about it. And then signing up for the class action suit and then doing it again tomorrow. I mean,
doesn't work.
Sorry, it's not going to work out.
Doesn't work.
You need to start to make a change. You need to decide when it's enough. And then also, you don't have to do it alone, because that's what I was thinking. Like, if we bring these hotels together, everyone is experiencing this problem. So let's bring them together. And again, let's not bring everybody together, because that won't work either.
It will not, at least in the beginning.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if I will ever change that, because I think there's such a strength in like connecting that niche together.
Yeah.
And I think that's also maintaining a sort of level of relevance for the target audience, but also for the hotels, for the hotelier. Well. So if you would have that nice middle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As I told you, there's so much in that industry needs to be shaken, needs to change.
Oh, it's actually, I love that you say shaken.
Yeah.
It's the tagline. Let's shake things up.
Let's shake things up.
Yeah.
I'm doing it with my agency as well, with my what I started, and it's really focused on sales and business development.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely boring for the last, 30, 40 years. Nothing is changing.
No.
Companies are really wasting lots of time for hiring, onboarding, insurance, trainings, all that. And really the value that you get out of a sales hiree versus what you actually invested on is actually nothing.
No, so, if you have terrible salespeople, and you have a lot of those, you can have great ones.
Yeah, there are great ones, but even with the great ones, if you think about the amount of admin work or the amount of wasted time that is not actually doing
any sales,
it's insane.
No, it's true.
Sometimes it's over 50% of that time.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to build also with
Yeah,
my agency.
it's also making visible
that I'm
the
doing.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm busy. You know?
Look what I did. Yeah.
Wow, the time is going very quickly. I had to, skip a few questions, but it's really going so quickly. We're coming to the end of the podcast, but before we end, I wanna ask you this question: what is the biggest lesson you have learned as a founder, and what would you give to yourself an advice 10 years ago?
I would say, I think it's, believe in yourself, first of all, really lean into it and believe in other people. If, like I said before, if they hire you, I think it's Richard Branson who also said that, right? So if they give you the job, just figure out how to do it later. Yeah. So a little bit like that. If you feel like you should do it, then do it. But if the advice that I would like to give myself 10 years ago is that not everyone has your best interest at heart. So you need to have your own best interest at heart, because they do that too.
That's true.
So also not. I really made a really conscious choice that I don't want to be living my life in mistrust. So in thinking that someone will do me wrong. But it's happened a couple of times, and like big time as well. I got sued for 100K, me and my husband.
It's crazy.
It was really insane.
Oh my God.
And it cost me so much energy.
Of course.
And it hit me personally.
Yeah.
More than anything else. So I went to therapy for that, so that cost even more. But it cost me years of my life, honestly, to get over it. And I mean, more recently, I had clients that didn't want to pay the invoices because of whatever reasons. And it's things like that again, shape you and shape your experience. But I would tell myself, I mean, it might be naivety on my end, for sure, probably. But it's also the other side, not taking responsibility for wanting to be, equal and fair and square.
Yeah.
So my biggest lesson would be to, or my biggest advice would be to have, some sort of legal thing in place already.
Yeah,
so really go through contracts,
You're
really making
right.
sure that you have all of that set up before you start. So I really learned the hard way that you can't trust people, and that, I mean, and it's not completely fair to say this, because I've had clients that said, for example, with my friends, but that was people that I knew or knew via a friend of a friend or something. But I noticed that it's something that I still do. So there was this quote from the legal advice from Netflix. I recently read it. And he said, the legal counsel of one of the Netflix owners, and he said, yeah, trust, but verify. And that's words to live by, in my opinion. So that's what I would tell myself to do 10 years ago. It would have cost me a lot less.
That's a really good, absolutely good advice. But as hard as it sounds, some people look at you and they hate what you're doing and they just want to hurt you. Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately, it is true. And it's really good advice to really, it's good to have, positive thinking, but also always
be aware,
verify as well. Always verify, always be careful as well.
Yeah.
Really nice. My last question, the most famous. What does level up means to you?
What does level up mean to me? Well, keep going. And it's like, it's a way of life. That's what it means to me. You can reinvent yourself today, tomorrow, next year, and again years from now, and again 20 years from now. And I think that's an amazing way to live your life and to go through life, to never think it's going to be, that you're going to be finished or you're going to be done. And I think that's also my main advice to hoteliers and hotel owners that are opening a hotel. So don't expect to be finished when the doors open. That's where it starts. That's the hard part.
That's the beginning.
That's the beginning.
That's the beginning.
I've noticed that everyone is like, oh, when the buildings are open, when we have the opening, oh my God, then I'm going to have...
the beginning.
No, then it's going to work. Then it's going to get worse. That's when it starts. Yeah. Now you don't have guests. Now you have nothing to worry about.
That's true.
So yeah, that's, but it's also, it's a way of life for me.
Nice. Wow, Marina, that was inspiring. Really,
Thank
thank
you.
you. It was really nice. Thank you for your time. I really enjoyed the conversation, and I think we can go along for more
Yeah, we can.
3 4
For
hours. We
sure.
can
Yeah.
easily. But thank you really for your time, and I wish you all the best for what's next. We're definitely gonna stay in touch. I'll share your
Absolutely.
contact as well in the description in the video, so people can reach out to you. And yeah,
Thank you so
really
much.
cool. Shout out to the podcast scammer Jonathan all the way. Thank you for your support always. And definitely, if you want to rent a room podcast, this is the place. I will share the link as well. But yeah,
Do
wish
it.
you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.